What is going on, guys? My name is Forge here on this channel, Mr. Supply Drops. Today, I just wanted to make a quick video talking about how you can actually increase your vertical field of view in XDefiant. So if you've ever played old Fortnite back in the day when you could play stretched res, you could actually do this and increase your vertical field of view. It made the game look so much better, so much nicer. Now, that game actually needed it because there's no FOV slider or anything like that, but in this game, you don't really need it necessarily, but it definitely can enhance the experience for some people. Maybe not for everyone. For me personally, I'm definitely not going to be using this because, well, I just prefer playing 110. I play on controller, that's why. On this particular game, I play keyboard and mouse like everything else pretty much. But on this particular game, I have been playing controller, so I don't really know if 120 FOV plus the stretched res increase of FOV, I don't know if that would really work for me. Mainly it's just though because I play on an ultra-wide monitor, and 4x3 looks terrible on a 21:9 monitor stretched out. It looks awful. Like, you can probably handle, like, I can handle 4x3 stretched onto a 60:9 monitor. I used to play like that back in the day. Not gonna happen with this particular monitor. It's just not gonna happen. It looks awful. Like, I saw this play of the game at the end of this gameplay, you know, spoiler alert, and I just said, damn. That's all I had to say, man. Like, it's just like, god damn, it's way too stretched. But anyways, yeah, this is pretty nice. Basically, the way this works is as soon as you play on an aspect ratio that is more narrow than 16:9, which is just the standard that most people play on, it will basically, in order to maintain your horizontal field of view without cutting it off, it will actually compensate by increasing your vertical field of view. Fantastic. Like I said, new games, most games, they don't allow this anymore. They just cut off your horizontal field of view, which I guess makes sense because the whole reason for this is for support for people with these kinds of monitors. It's not really the intent for stretched res, let's be completely real, and most people do not have 4x3 monitors anymore. So they're not really going to worry about that too much when it comes to regular players. But crazy people like us who want extra vertical field of view in our games, you know, that is a possibility there. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not that big of a deal in this game compared to a game like Fortnite where you couldn't change the field of view at all, but it's still something that could be kind of cool to play around. Because I'm telling you, when I was running through this, I was just jumping, bouncing. It just, holy, it feels like you're floating. It's crazy how fun it is. Now, again, I'm not going to be using it all the time because it's way too stretched on my monitor. And anything more than 4x3 is not really worth changing and stretching your screen for, in my opinion, unless you really like that stretched look in this particular game, which I don't necessarily. But I'm just making this video for people who do want to see this because I think it's pretty great. I wanted to inform people that this actually is like old Fortnite. Most games are not like this, like I said. It's pretty nice to see games like this. Will it be patched? Probably. It will probably be patched at some point. Even if I didn't make this video, not like this video is really going to get that many views, but I could still say with confidence that this will eventually get patched, because if you look at other games from Ubisoft like Rainbow Six Siege, you can play stretched. A lot of people do. I play stretched on that game, but you don't actually increase any vertical field of view at all. You actually just lose horizontal field of view as you do in most games. So I'm sure they'll match it at some point. But for now, enjoy it if you will. This will also actually increase your view model FOV, so you can see, well, it doesn't actually increase it. It kind of does increase the vertical of it. It doesn't actually zoom it out, but you can see more of your gun, more of your hands, and it's really something I want to see in the entire game for everybody. Just a nice little slider, view model FOV slider. Please, man, that's what we need in this game. Mark Rubin, make it happen, man, please. I want to see the gun further away from my face. I don't want it right in my eyeball, all right? That's just how it is. But either way, if you don't know how to do this, it's pretty simple. You just go into, let's assume that you're using an NVIDIA card. Most people do have one of those, you know. So you just go into your NVIDIA control panel, right-click on your desktop, go to, if you're on Windows 11, more options, and then NVIDIA control panel, like, thanks, Windows 11. We have to add an extra button to get to there for no reason whatsoever. I know if you press like control while right clicking or something, that goes away, but still, I don't know if it's control, it might be shift. I don't exactly know. You press some key while right clicking and it doesn't go to that menu, but it's just like one extra step for no reason yet again.
You ever shut the hell up? Nope.
But either way, point is, you go into the NVIDIA control panel, you go to change resolution, you change it to something. If you have a 1440p monitor, I would recommend 1920 by 1440. Go with that. That's a 4x3 aspect ratio. It will give you, like, I'm sure you could go further, but I feel like if you go beyond 4x3, even more vertical of an aspect ratio, it's gonna look pretty goddamn garbage. I mean, maybe, I don't even know if there's a limit. I'm gonna test that out actually after I make this video. But either way, point is, 4x3 is what I would recommend. If you play on a 1080p monitor, 1440 by 1080, that's what I would recommend. Do not play 1440 by 1080 if you have a 1440p monitor. It will look even worse than it otherwise would. And yeah, then you just click here, make sure it says full screen and not aspect ratio. If it says aspect aspect ratio, you will get black bars. You could play like that if you don't want to play stretched res, and you'll get the same benefits of it having extra vertical field of view, but at the same time, it won't fill up your screen. So, you know, up to you, really. If you ever want to go back to this, revert it basically, well, you just go back to change resolution and click your native resolution, which is usually, if it's a 1440p monitor, 2560 by 1440, 1080p, 1920 by 1080. Yeah, it should say native right next to it if it's on the NVIDIA control panel. And in AMD, it's pretty similar. You just do the same thing, but with your AMD control panel. I'm not exactly sure. It's just a different application, but it's basically the exact same concept. I don't have an AMD card, so I can't really go through with that. But yeah, there's not much else to say about this, I guess. I just think that it's something that is really cool to see in games like this, even if it will get patched. I'm glad to see that it's just in the game, at least temporarily, you know, at least for a while, hopefully. I don't think they should patch it, though, because for someone like me, like I said, I have an ultra-wide monitor. I get extra horizontal field of view. So if I can have extra horizontal FOV, why can't someone who just wants to play on a more vertical aspect ratio not get extra vertical field of view? What's the difference? It's just on a different axis, right? It's just on the y-axis instead of the x-axis. Simple, right? It's the exact same damn thing, just on a different axis, like I said. So it would be nice to see if they just kept this in, because I'm going to be real. Most people are probably not going to use this either way. Just saying. It's not really that big of an advantage in a game like this, in my opinion. I feel like, actually, in this case, horizontal field of view might actually be a bigger advantage in a game like this, but that's just my opinion. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like videos like this, make sure that subscribe button down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.